Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about the materials and the tools that you need to create the handles for your purse. So, starting our masterclass, we are going to use these gold handles for our example. On one side, you can see there is a bulging section. On the other side, it's very smooth. You need 2 of them for a Lady Dior style purse. To make one, you need a kit that includes 2 cardboard blanks, a metal insert, and a silicone insert. If you need to know where to go to buy these, just send me a message and I will reply and let you know, as well as answering any other questions that you might have. To create this, we're also going to need some material. I'm going to use faux leather. The bottom is cotton base, which makes it very sturdy and not stretch or tear. In the next video, I will show you what kind of leather you need and why, as well as what kind of things you'll encounter when you're looking for the material. We're going to be sewing this type of handle here, and then finish with a finishing stitch. You're going to need needles for leather, 80 for the stitching and 90 for the finishing. For thread, I use 100% polyester. That is 120 or 150. The finishing stitch, here, I use special embroidery polyester thread. That is exactly the same that I used to create the canard stitch in the bag. If you're going to be creating both the purse and these handles, you're going to need quite a bit. I use 100% polyester embroidery number 40. You also need some scissors and a seam ripper. During any kind of marking on your leather, you're going to need a small ruler, as well as a pen that can mark on leather and be water soluble. I use the Pilot friction pen. It's very indispensable. You'll also need a pair of pointy scissors. For gluing, you're going to need some sheets of paper. Any kind really works. Maybe 10 of them, and you're going to dry and reuse when they get dirty. Some tissue paper. You can use PVA glue. This is the kind that I can find in Germany, as well as a brush with artificial bristles. You're going to put the brush wash in warm water to keep it clean. There is some universal glue you're also going to need. These are, again, I find them in Germany. We'll need a different brush, but also with artificial fibers. Since this type of glue does not clean off with water, you're going to have to wash with nail polish remover. During the tabbing, you're going to need some clothespins. I found these for tanners. They have little bits of leather on them. Keep things soft and they will not mark your handle or your material. There's also some little sewing clothespins I found. For sizing and making sure everything is tight, you're going to need a few tools like this. You can take a regular teaspoon if you need one, but these are specially made for this kind of work. And you can find them in your local craft or sewing store. If you can't find them, then there are several things that you have around your home you can definitely use to do the job. You're also going to need a roller. You use this to press the leather and roll it out so it's flush with the cardboard. You can also use some weights like this. This is a door weight that I found at the hardware store, and it keeps things so they are flat because they are going to need to be pressed in some places to stick together better. To make it more even, I use a thick book. all details come out quite well. If you are going to use a book, make sure it's a big one. I also forgot to tell you, when you put the finishing line, we're going to hide the strings at the end, so to hide them, you're going to need some sewing needles with a very big hole. I use this kind, as you can see. With teething, it makes it very easy to thread the needle. To install the hardware on the bag itself, you're going to need some metal fittings for the holes. We're going to need some of these eyelets here. 8mm is the diameter, and you are going to punch a hole also here, 8mm, using this tool. And I cut a hole here. To make sure that I don't mark up my table, I have a cutting board that I found, as well as a hammer with a cover on it. I found this one at IKEA. To punch the holes initially, I have a hole punch. You're going to need to squeeze the metal pieces together. Some of the packages you can buy have a small tool, but I find it much better to be able to use this. It's a lot easier. My friends, let's start creating our handles. If there are questions, please write. I will answer where and what I purchased, and I will help you find everything you need. See you in the next video.